carry on. I don't want to interrupt you.
You already did.
Because I heard nonsense.
What are you talking about?
You said you were doing
what
heavy
you
haul, and I
heard was
heard
half the story.
Well, enlighten me, Green
I'm
Pea.
not a green pea.
Sounds like it to me.
All right, so as you can see behind me, I'm empty. We're gonna go remedy that. We're gonna put one of the most dangerous loads on the trailer. We're gonna be overweight. We're already having permit problems. I've gotta make it across Arkansas before Friday night sundown. And we're crunched for time, by the way. As well as this trailer, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But my trailer was basically broken, and I haven't talked about it yet on my other channel, but we're gonna do that today, and we're gonna put it to the maximum test and find out if it's really fixed. So, stick around. So just had to stop and top the truck off. What I'm picking up, I'm gonna wind up being overweight. So I'm permitted for that. So before I leave there, just wanna make sure that the weight that I get is nice and accurate. So topped off the tanks and picked up one of my simple pleasures. Love these things. But yeah, so what was going on with the trailer before is it was popping tires, and I popped 4 tires, 2 of those being brand new, in about 2.5 weeks or so. So something was pretty terribly wrong with the trailer. I did go over to the manufacturer, which is Rittenauer. I got to Rittenauer in Reading, Pennsylvania, and that was about 3 to 4 weeks ago, roughly. And well, I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. I'll keep you nice and updated, but gotta get over there because kind of crunched for time between today and tomorrow. So kind of running behind the 8 ball here, so gotta roll. So yeah, it's the next morning, and there's the load in all of its glory. It's hard to imagine that something that small is one of the most dangerous loads on the road, but unfortunately it's true. Even the way that it's loaded right now is considered suicide, so if that tells you anything about it. But yesterday was kind of a mess, to be honest. I didn't get far up the road. I'm only 12 miles down the road after I got loaded, and because there is a scale over here, right there that way, you can see the sign there, and I don't really want to talk about that right now. But let's just say I'm gonna have to call and adjust some permits probably. This whole learning process with this heavy haul thing is going to be great, I guess you could say. I should have thought about it a little bit more, you know, a little bit more thought on my end. Probably could have saved this. I'm only gonna have to redo one of the permits, and you know, it's gonna cost me like 60 bucks. So it's a $60 mistake. It's better than rolling into a scale and getting, you know, like a $2,000 mistake, which is, that would actually be pretty cheap on an overweight load. But anyway, this is called a steel coil, and this is it's a 52,290 pound coil. And that puts me right at my gross, like my gross, the most that I could possibly haul, because the way that it's going to balance on the trailer, I have to get the axle weights nearly perfect. and the only way I can actually redo one of the permits because I'm lucky. So very lucky on this load in particular to be able to do that. It's not going to cost me too terribly much money, but you know, it's a learning process just like anything else, and that's what, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to get under my belt so I can haul the big stuff and make the big money. And yeah, so was unable to get any of the footage actually wrapping this bad boy up, unfortunately, but let's go have a look at it. So there she is, and if you've seen any of my other videos on my other channel, you know that I don't really care about tarping to make it look pretty. I care for functionality, and this is being very functional. You can see I threw my other tarps over here in the front. That's going to keep all of the wind out. As far as what's underneath that tarp, I have 6 chains on it. I have a 2-inch strap going over the very top of the center, and then you can see that I tarped it, and then I threw these 2 X straps over the top of it. And that's gonna be, I mean, I definitely over secured this thing. And you know, I did that on purpose because it's way better to have over securement than it is under securement, especially on on a load as dangerous as this. This is, in my opinion, this is absolutely one of the most dangerous loads that are out here on the road. Now let's get into a little bit about this trailer, and you can see that the trailer is sitting very, very low to that tire, and that has me very nervous. I actually have more room back there, just a hair, than I do up here, and that was part of the problem with this trailer. What happened is the arch. So whenever, you know, I'm loaded out right now, so it's really flat, but whenever it's empty, there's an arch in the back of the trailer, and as you can see, it's actually really, really flat right now. Well, what wound up happening is the arch on the passenger side, it lost its arch. So, you know, I had the arch on this side, and then being flat on this side was causing kind of an alignment issue, I guess you could say. It was causing all kinds of issues, but essentially it was causing these tires up here to blow. And like I said earlier, I blew 4 tires within 2.5 weeks, which is pretty insane, especially considering that 2 of them were brand spanking new. But Rittenhour fixed me up, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later in the video, but in my opinion, they have to be one of the best customer service businesses on the planet. But for now, we're gonna get down the road. Okay, so feeling much better now because I'm legal now, but we don't have to discuss that. No, there's no sense in going over the weights. I was about 800 pounds over whenever I was spread. And what's interesting is that I couldn't permit for anything more than 20,000 pounds on a single axle, but when you're closed, you can actually permit for up to 46,000. So, lesson learned, I will sock that one away for the future. So definitely have everything, got the new permits on the way. I got lucky because the Texas permit was actually ordered incorrectly, and that's why you should always double check your permits. As well as the Tennessee permit. There was a lot of issues on this particular load in ordering the permits. You know, people make mistakes. It just is what it is. And I think that I might have gotten somebody that's fairly new. So, you know, definitely always double check your permits if that's something that you're doing.
because these tickets get very, very, very expensive very quickly when you are hauling overweight. Now, by no stretch of the imagination do I consider this heavy haul. However, it is a step in the process as far as getting to heavy haul. I mean, technically, it's heavy haul. Right now, I'm at 84.7 and I have with about a half a tank of fuel. So technically, it's heavy haul, but it's not what I would consider heavy haul. And if you were to actually ask a guy that does this for a living, well, he's gonna laugh if you say that this is technically heavy haul. But you know, it is what it is. Just semantics, whatever. You know, it gets me one step closer in that process to moving in the direction to being able to haul heavy, which I'm definitely excited about. But I tell you what I'm more excited about, and that's being legal and not giving DOT the ability to screw with me. So nice relief. But yep, we've got some more miles to put down today, so enjoy that scenery, and we'll talk a little later more about the trailer issues and Rittenhour. Okay, so while I'm waiting in line to get a truck wash, because, well, we need it bad, let's go over what happened with the trailer. So I emailed Rittenhour, and they told me to bring it in immediately, as soon as I could. They had some concerns that the deck of the trailer was actually twisted. Well, thankfully that wasn't the case. Like I went over earlier, the arch in the trailer was what was the problem. So what they did was they basically took it apart. They took the axles off of the trailer, put it on their bending machine, I don't know what it's called, and they rebent it into shape. And then what they did was they have a higher duty, I guess, protocol for some of their trailers. I think it might be part of the government contract, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, they replaced a bunch of bolts that were 3/8 bolts with 3/4 inch bolts, and they told me that there's no way that this trailer is actually going to lose its arch anymore. And you can see with this almost 53,000 pound coil on that the trailer is actually still flat. It's not bending beyond flat, which is actually nice. This has been a true test. And I was a little nervous about it, to be honest. I thought it was gonna pop tires, this and that, but everything has worked out really nicely. And then also some of the things that they did that, you know, by the way, all of this was no charge to me whatsoever, and it has nothing to do with me being a YouTuber. It's just the fact that I own a Rittenhour trailer. This is for anybody that owns one. They replaced the mud flap that was missing, that it got ripped off. They replaced I don't even know what it's called, but it's just a decorative piece that was in the back. It was bent a little bit. They replaced that. They replaced the rub rail. Well, they didn't replace it. They fixed the vast majority of the rub rail. There's one part that still wasn't quite fixed, but hey, I'm not complaining about that. And then also what they did, there was something that had to do with safety. Whenever sliding the axles, they put in a valve, so it kind of changed how I spread the axles a little bit. But you know, overall, the customer service was just unbelievable. Oh yeah, they also gave me a bunch of lights to take with me in case the lights on the trailers start to go out. So it was an amazing experience, and I'm highly appreciative. I'm a huge fan of Rittenhour now, and don't be scared to spend that extra money, because that's what you're getting. You're getting that superior customer service. If you notice, they don't advertise. They do not advertise at all. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even vlog in there because they didn't want me to. They only want word of mouth advertisement, and that's the best that you can get. So we're gonna get my baby cleaned off. Then we're gonna get up the road a little bit today.
Waiting for you in a town where I've always stood.
So stayed at this Road Ranger here in New Boston, Texas. I have no idea, that's probably a terrible Boston accent. That guy has got an air leak problem. And come on, man, fix it. Anyway, yeah, just stopped here. Great spot, a huge place to park. So parking is super easy. And there were spots even in the middle of the night last night. So that's always great. But gonna get down the road a little bit further and gonna get a workout in and have a nice meal because I like to treat myself. So let's go. Told me I'm number one, but not that finger.
So like I said, technically we're doing heavy haul because we gross just over 85,000 pounds and...
Heavy haul.
Who is this?
That's not heavy haul.
He's coming over. Nice vest.
Name's Eugene, and it's Ariat. It's all I wear.
Well, carry on. I don't want to interrupt you.
You already did. Because I heard
What
nonsense.
are you talking about?
You said you were doing
What
heavy
you
haul, and I
heard was
heard.
half the story.
Well, enlighten me, Green.
I'm not a green pea.
Sounds like it's me.
Are you gonna shut up anytime soon, you lonely old man?
Might be old, but
Like
not
I said,
lonely.
I'm carrying a coil that's just under 53,000 pounds, and generally heavy haul starts at about 60,000 pounds, so...
Technically, we're heavy haul.
Who are you talking to? Plus the fact that I'm actually permitted for being
That's
overweight
your
makes me
big
heavy.
explanation. Well, yeah, I'm no math wizard, but it seems to me like your logic falls over 7,000 pounds short, so like I said, not heavy haul.
You couldn't let me have it, could Nope. Mean old man. It's close. It's close.
Well, surprise, surprise. You know, I'm to the point where I don't even know if I want to keep this trailer anymore. Just to be perfectly honest with you. Let me show you why. So yeah, sad part is I'm 12 miles from where I was gonna stop for the day. This is so disheartening. That's the 6th tire. If you're unfamiliar, if you're new to this channel, that's the 6th tire that I've blown. Let's see, I blew 4 within about 2.5 weeks of each other, and that's what prompted going to Rittenhour. Well, now I've blown 2 more, so that's 6 tires that I've blown, and they're all on that side. All of them. They're always on that side. That can't be, you know, that can't be coincidence. So I'm gonna deal with this and contemplate getting rid of this trailer.
Whew. Well, that was a doozy. Hang in there. I know the lighting's not that great in this scene, but it won't last long, I promise. I have to catch you up on a couple of things. First of all, check this out. So, hopefully you can see that. You can see, I'll put a little arrow to that. I was on the side of the road so long that I actually got my reset in. And what that means, if you don't know trucking terms, is that I was there for over 10 hours. So yeah, that was great. It's so difficult to change out those 17.5 tires, and this time was no exception. On top of that, yesterday, my air conditioning went out. Again, that's the 4th time in just a little over a year. So, you know, not getting much sleep, didn't get hardly any sleep last night. Expect probably more of the same tonight, unfortunately.
So yesterday I went and showed up at the receiver, and they turned me away. You know, I don't know, their appointment system was messed up all weekend, and apparently they won't unload a coil without an appointment. So yesterday was not the best day. I got back to the truck stop. I had my AC fixed, so that was nice. I spent the rest of the day nice and tranquilo, and yeah, just needed to kind of chill out. But anyway, if you made it this far into the video, I greatly appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm gonna try to put one of these out every single week. But as always, stay driven.